the petal stroke. So let's proceed with a lighter shade. So I just dip my brush in the
Good morning, everyone.
And tap it.
I wanted to come on today as I was doing something crafty, because we all know we prepare to share more content on YouTube for the nice people that have come by and joined my YouTube family. And I want to bring you along with me. So today I was sitting at my island, my crafting island, and I have this new palette. I purchased this palette from Hobby Lobby. Let's see. Here's the label. I think you can see it just fine. It's called an artist palette. It has 16 wells. It's 10 centimeters by 30 centimeters, and it was only $2.49, and one comes in a pack. So I believe, and we all know, disclaimer, I do not have a good memory, and I could apologize 10 times a day, but the bottom line is I just don't have a good memory. So I believe it was the Frugal Crafter who at one point had told her viewers that if you get a plastic palette, or even it may have even been a metal palette, like for instance, like this Arteza palette, which the palette, by the way, is gorgeous. So in order to make it so that your watercolors don't just bead up, well, that's the word, bead up or ball up, you're supposed to run over this surface, this nice smooth surface, with some sort of abrasive, so that this surface has some tooth to it, so that the watercolor has somewhere to grab onto. See if you, let me just see if I can make an example. So I have a little quill brush by M. Grumbacher, and I have some water here. Not too much, just a little. Maybe I need a little bit more. It hasn't been wet. Okay. And I were to maybe put some water on this palette, anywhere really. You see how it makes those little beads? It's almost like the surface is treated with some sort of wax or even an oil solvent. And so if I were to mix a color, any color of watercolor paint on this palette, it's always going to bead up. Let's put some more on here. Look at that. More beads. Because why? I never treated this surface. I never gave it any tooth. It's completely smooth, which is good for cleaning. I mean, it does come clean pretty well. Arteza did a great job with the set, and I highly recommend them to anyone who's starting out. The only way or reason you really get into more expensive watercolor paint, for the record, is when you want to sell your artwork. Perhaps your framing artwork that will be exposed to the elements. Even sunlight is considered an element. Or if you're selling it, of course. So a set like this by Arteza is excellent. I highly recommend it. Okay. Sorry, I went down a rabbit trail. So I just wanted to show you what an untreated surface will do with water. It will bead up. I'm going to try not to make this video as tragically long as my others. So let's see if I can get it together this time. No promises, but I just thought I'd give it a shot, and I'm a little more prepared. Okay, so again, I bought this watercolor palette at Hobby Lobby. I think I went there on Friday with my friend Shirley. Shirley is my dear friend whose craft room burnt down with her house. And her and I have become great friends at our new church. So we've been going out and exploring and having the greatest time. So what I'm doing here with this plastic palette that I just purchased at Hobby Lobby is that I'm using an abrasive, a sand eraser by Tombow. And it's for ink, or you can use it to get your markings off of your paper when you make a mistake with paper crafting. But I figured this would be an excellent way to give this new palette some tooth in the wells. So I decided I was going to use it today to do just that. wouldn't it be fun if let's see if I can do this. I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm going to put some on here and see if it behaves just like the Arteza. And it looks like it does. Everywhere I put the water, it beads up. It makes little dots. And I don't really want that right now. I want my paints and my fluids to react more like a well. A well doesn't make little beads like that. So, okay, so it does behave just like the Arteza palette. So now the reason that I wanted to show you that is that hopefully when I'm done doing these wells that you see me working on will not do that. It will become more of a wider area for the water to well up. So I'm taking this sanding eraser. I'm just kind of roughing it up, I guess you'd say. Now you could also use a very fine sandpaper, which is pretty much what this eraser is. It's just a it's a sand eraser or just a hunk of sandpaper. It basically has some sort of grit inside of this eraser so that it will, in fact, rough up the surface. So that's what I'm doing today. Now, another thing that I wanted to share is that I am on Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is a premium service, and it has teachers from all over the creative world, and it cost me, I think, $15 a month. Now, I've been on Skillshare for several years, but I tend to watch YouTube videos rather than watch the Skillshare videos, and that is so silly. So I'm trying to make a conscious choice to actually use Skillshare for what I spend the money on. I spend $15 a month on it, and I'm not watching it, and that's just foolish. So I'm going to try to really get more focused on using my Skillshare. Yeah, we can all use a Skillshare, right? As if we need to share our spills. In any event, I'm definitely trying to discipline myself to watch my Skillshare more. And so I was on here and I'm watching one of my favorite teachers, who is Jolly Poa, I believe her name is. Jolly Poa. And I'm sorry, I don't know where my phone went to look at that. Doesn't that just make perfect sense? Why? Where'd it go? Do these things happen to you when you make a video? It's ridiculous. Well, anyway, my phone's okay, anybody with an Apple Watch? Here's a lesson. Swipe up. Can you hear the ping? Okay, this is the testimony for the effects of multiple sclerosis for your creator right here, Tracy Lustig. That's me, born again farm girl. The phone I couldn't find just now is filming this video. This is what multiple sclerosis does to your friend Tracy. To say it's humbling is an understatement. Okay, anywho, back to what I was talking about. So, I believe her name is Jolly Poa. It's Jollypoa. And she has a class, multiple classes on Skillshare. And I'm watching her. In fact, she has a giveaway going on right now. And I guess you can win a brush by Raphael. I believe it's called. It's a quill brush. It's not a round brush like so many crafters, and me included, use. It's kind of a mop brush, I guess it is. Holds a lot more water, and it has different effects on on how do you call it when you make a petal? You know, different brush types. Brush types? No, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing today, and I have my little quill brush. This is the quill brush. The quill brush is, I believe it's squirrel hair here, and it's got a wider belly, and it's got wire that wraps around your handle here. It just works differently. So I did order some quill brushes from Jerry's Artarama. So that's what I'm doing today. I am treating my new palette and hoping it makes it not beat up as well so that my colors won't separate when I mix 2 or more colors together. Boy, that took a while to get out, didn't it? So I'm going to try to rough this up. I'm trying not to rush. I know that my videos can be long sometimes, and I'm going to try to step it up a little bit. But since I was doing this and I was listening to the Skillshare class, I thought that I would come online and do a live and express to you my gratitude for my new subscribers. I'm over 500 now. And if you haven't already heard, I am having a huge giveaway for my 1,000 subscribers. So the more you share my channel with others, the closer we'll get. Now there is a video in my playlist for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway if you want to see the prizes that are included. I also had a few crafters that I really wanted to shout out, and of course they're on the other end of this camera. Bugger. But that's okay. Once my video goes onto replay, I'm going to go on my computer and I'm going to enter those names more completely. Because of course I can't remember them right now. But hopefully they'll be in the description when I'm done doing this. So again, I'm just roughing up these surfaces. The surfaces that I'm rubbing up with this eraser here, this Tombow sand eraser, will not be shiny any longer. When you look at them, it should, in theory, become more dull. So I just want to make sure I get this good and sanded down. Remove any kind of chemicals that perhaps are part of the plastic makeup that they use to make this palette. Now, if you had a porcelain palette like this, and I do have some porcelain palettes, but if you don't have to do this with the porcelain. It shouldn't have the same effect. Of course, you do want to wash it before you use it for the first time, because like most items that we buy, they are treated with some sort of preserving or a detergent that will keep them from being damaged. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to get my craft room Lysol wipe. I enjoy using these because they're very convenient. And I'm just going to wipe it out. I'm pretty sure we could do this quicker than not. But because this is a live video, it is what it is. And I'll go as fast as I can. So again, thank you so much for my new subscribers. You're awesome. Please feel free to ask me any questions if you have them. This is a chicken and crafting channel. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be eating or preparing like in the kitchen chicken. I actually raise chickens here on our farm. So you will see chicken videos and puppy videos and just a whole bunch of fun. But what you won't see on my channel is smut or promotional ads for any one crafting company. I do not take any kind of sponsored items from any companies. I only show you what I purchased with my money. And if I get something from a company to show on my channel, I will show it. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'll accept the gift. That's great. But if I don't like it, I'm just going to say I don't like it. And that would probably mean that that particular company won't send me anymore. And I'd just be dandy with that. Okay, so I've wetted up. I picked up some of that sand. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let's take this paper towel. The paper towels I use for watercoloring is Viva paper towels because they're really more like fabric than paper. And they don't leave lint behind when you're working with your watercolor painting, just for your knowledge. Also in England, they call paper towels kitchen roll. So So this is the same thing as kitchen roll if you listen to any other crafter that may be from Europe. So let me see if I can get this all wiped off so we can try our water test. That'd be fun, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm treating this Hobby Lobby watercolor palette here. It's just a plastic palette, $2.49. Can't beat that. With this mono sand eraser by Tombow. And I'm taking the surface off of this plastic palette so that when I do blend my colors, they won't bead up. I heard this on, I believe it was the Frugal Crafter at one point when you get a new palette. She had mentioned this, and since I got a really inexpensive palette, I figured the same would apply. Now, if you either tune in later and see the video from the beginning, you'll notice that this is no longer shiny on the wells. And I will take my quill brush right here, and I'm going to fill it up with some water, and let's see if the water behaves any more differently. I'll be darned. Look at that, guys. The beads are, oh, yeah, look at that. It does, in fact, work better. Now, on the live, I already checked this. Now, if you see this, oh, this is a good example. Over here, you see this one little drop. That's where I did not use the sand eraser, and so it stayed a little bead. But because I gave some truth to this inexpensive palette, now there's a welling of water and not just this little bead. That will cause your watercolors to separate and not mix as well. Okay, that did work, guys. That's awesome. I'm excited. Okay, there's no reason to keep you any longer. I just wanted to share that tip with you and remind you of Skillshare. It is not free. It is $15.99 a month for premium services. And I did not get it free. I do not get it free. Skillshare did not promote this video, and either did Jolly Poa, who is the class I'm listening to right now about watercolor crafting. Okay, everyone, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. Please remember to like and subscribe so that I can make more videos for you and be able to share what I'm doing in my craft room with you. Again, I'm never sponsored. I never will be. And if someone sends me something, I'll try it online. But if it's the pits, you're going to know it. I want you all to have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.